Hi, I'm the host of the STO Smokers Lounge. I'm here to tell you about Anchor, the perfect app that you can use right now to start your own podcast network. You can broadcast right now. All you got to do is download the app, whether you have a phone, iPad, or even a laptop or desktop. You can right now download Anchor or go to Anchor FM right now and start recording and have your stuff broadcasted over multiple platforms such as Spotify. So go to Anchor today and start your podcast career like I have, because trust me, I love me some Anchor.
Okay.
Yes. Now,
So I don't know what happened. It just automatically ended.
now it's sometimes it might drop. So if it ever does that, I'll just resend you the invite. But back to what you was saying, you just got finished with your workout and you was doing the bottom half.
Yeah, I wasn't doing squats today though.
And how much do you squat?
Abductors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Most depth.
Everybody sat home on quarantine and slacked off. I was one of them.
So this was your first time back in the gym?
No. Definitely not my first time back, but I've been inconsistent. So I plan on being consistent now.
Okay then. So how much do you squat? I know you did that.
Depends really. Quite honest.
Mm-hmm.
It all depends. Too heavy.
You're going in and out. I'm sorry. You were going in and out. What you were saying?
I'm going in and out.
Mm-hmm. Hello?
I got you. Do you have me?
Yeah, I got you.
Cool.
Now go ahead. What you were saying?
Sometimes it just depends. I don't like to do heavyweight when I'm squatting just because I don't like to kill my back. So sometimes it's 100, 150. It depends on what kind of mood I'm in and what I'm really focused on.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll get heavier as I get more consistent. So when you're inconsistent, you kind of got to figure out where you left off, because where you left off is not where you're going to start again.
Oh yeah. And I'm pretty sure when you get home, you're gonna soak in that tub.
Yeah, probably.
Most definitely. So let me do my my usuals, and then I can get back to you. We can get this thing rolling, okay, Miss Lady?
Okay.
So give me 1 second. Hey, how y'all doing today? Welcome to the Smokers Lounge here on Anchor, the perfect app for anyone that's trying to start their own podcasting. All you got to do is go to Anchor.fm on your computer or download it on your iPhone or your Android and start podcasting today. Or if you're not a podcaster, you want to listen to podcasts, you can actually get a listener's profile and listen to all the hot podcasts that's on Anchor. I am your host, Kavanaugh the Southern Champ, aka the porn rap star. Y'all know the usual. You want to see my porn, you want to follow me on social media, you want to hear my music, go to allmylinks.com/porn rap star. Also, as you know, we are sponsored by, loved by, tolerated by, and they just love us, the Facebook of the LS community. I'm talking about lsworld.com. Go there today, get yourself a profile, interact with other people like-minded like yourself. Also find events in your area that you might could attend and get your kink in. So go to lsworld.com today. We're also the proud member of the GW District Black Podcast Network. I'm talking about 15 Black podcasters giving you the Black experience. Also, while you're there, you can get some shopping done. I'm talking fashion. I'm talking health. I'm talking about fashion, health, beauty, books. You name it, they got it. From over 1,000 Black retailers. So go over to shopgwdistrict.com and get your shopping on today from over 1,000 Black retailers. That's right. Go ahead, buy Black, support Black businesses, build the Black economy so we can create generational wealth. Now I'm about to be quiet and let this lovely lady introduce herself.
I love Shauna, and I live in Las Vegas. Have you ever been?
I have never been to Las Vegas, but I am planning to make
What?
a trip. And I'm going. And I better see you when I come out there. I don't want to hear no
Okay.
excuse. I want to see you,
All right.
no doubt. So, how long you been in the business?
So, my business started as in the fetish industry.
Okay.
In approximately 2017, 2018,
Mm-hmm.
um, where I cater to predominantly fetish,
Mm-hmm.
all kinds of fetish,
Okay.
um, you name it. We all have our kinks and our fetishes, and those need to be fulfilled. And sometimes, people need help fulfilling them.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Because I can tell off gate feet fetish, probably squashing,
You know it.
ass worship,
Uh-huh.
probably titty stuff.
Uh-huh.
And it wouldn't surprise me some dick rating. Well, I don't know if they were doing it at that time.
Uh-huh.
And shoot, probably financial dom, all that good shit. So
Oh, there's a list. I mean, the list is a mile long. Some things that
Mhm.
people are like, that's even a fetish. You're like, yeah, that's a fetish.
Yes,
So
yes, passing gas is a fetish. Believe
it
it or not, yes.
is. I know, right? But we don't shame anybody else's fetishes or kinks.
Oh
It is
no,
what it is. They like what they like, and you know, it's all good.
no doubt. So when you was doing the fetish, what made you transition to boy girl?
Okay, so I have appreciated and loved I have a loyal fan base. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, there's nothing else like it to have a loyal fan base who just loves you and what you do and your work and the services you provide. It's amazing. It's an
Mm-hmm.
amazing feeling. So they kept saying, we'd love to see more from you. More, more, more. I'm like, well, what kind
Mm-hmm.
of more do y'all want? And my, previous to expanding my genre is what I call it, because I haven't jumped ship from fetish whatsoever. I
Mm-hmm.
think I just expanded,
Mm-hmm.
branched out, and included some other things. But
Mm-hmm.
anyhow, um, I decided, okay, I have a friend of mine in Chicago who's a really good friend, who I produce fetish content with. And I
Mm-hmm.
called him up one day and I said, Joey, I said, I want to come out and I want to do a whole scene. And he said, what you mean a whole scene? And he's done scenes before, tons. He's been around for damn near 15 years, if not more, in the fetish industry.
Mm-hmm.
And so, no, I said, I want to do a full scene, like a full scene. And he said, okay. He's like, bring it. And the reason I decided to do it with him is because he's very well respected in the fetish community. And
Mm-hmm.
it was kind of me not so much getting my feet wet, but I wanted to put something out there to see if people were receptive to it.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they weren't receptive, I wouldn't continue to do it. I I would have left it alone and
Mm-hmm.
continued on with what I was normally doing in the
Mm-hmm.
fitness world. But I did this video with him and left Chicago. And by the time I went to the airport, I had sold the video 50 times.
See?
And I sent him a text message and I said, well, I think they're kind of receptive to it. And he laughed. And it just kind of went from there. That was part of it. Part making sure that, everybody in the fetish community knows that that is my number one. I absolutely
Mm-hmm.
love it. I love fulfilling people's fantasies,
Mm-hmm.
mine. And, but I enjoy making videos. I like
Mm-hmm.
making videos. I love the acting part of it. I love role play. I love for when people sit on at home and they can really see themselves in that scene. Like, dang, that's what I want to be. That's what I want
Mm-hmm.
to be. Man, I wish my wife would come home and do that. You know, so
True.
I like um I like making people happy. I love when they enjoy what I do, and I love when they enjoy me and my work.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it went kind of, it kind of sat idle after my first video. I was still like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe we'll see, whatever. It just kind of started going like full steam ahead,
Mm-hmm.
and it's crazy.
So let's go back to your first video. When you did your first boy girl video, was you nervous? How did it shoot go? How did it flow? How
I
did
mean,
it
I
move?
wasn't nervous because him and we've been friends for years
Mm-hmm.
and we work really well together. So for me, my first video with the person that it was with was super easy, super comfortable. We've known each other for years. I
Mm-hmm.
trust his work. It was a no-brainer. Um, and then I kind of started, putting feelers out there of, okay, who do I want to work with? Who has good reputations in the industry? I'm not one who will just shoot with anybody and everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if there's no vibe there, if we can't vibe, you're not going to get a good product, and it's
No,
going to reflect in the video.
most
And I
definitely.
won't put my name on anything that I'm not proud of.
Yeah, see,
So,
that's serious. Yeah.
so I and so I started putting feelers out there and met up with Jason Sweets, who's super cool. And it was funny because when we first met, he was like, "So what do you want to do? You want to do like a foot job video? You want to?" I was like, "No." He was like, "Because I know you got a lot of them." I was like, "Yeah, I got a lot." I was like, "No, but I can't do a full scene." And he was kind of surprised, but he was like, "Okay." So, I did that one, and then after that, that went well, and he's super nice. And then the next one I did was with Bones Montana, who I can't speak highly enough about
Shouts out to
because
Bones.
he's just a whole vibe. We
Mm-hmm.
got that Gemini thing going on. We kind of read each other well, and I can't speak highly enough about him. I think that
Mm-hmm.
anybody who has the opportunity to work with him should consider themselves lucky.
Hmm.
Just being honest, a phenomenal talent and phenomenal person. Um, and then, I did some videos in New York with Artemis, and he's
Yeah.
amazing as well. Finney from Bowie University is amazing as well. So I have some great stuff lined up coming up that I'm super excited about. But
Mm-hmm.
um, it's been nice. Everybody that I've worked with is super welcoming. So I appreciate that. Um, so far, so good.
Yeah, you had a healthy start off. So how the fact that you did fetish first and you did it for so long, do you think that because it took you a while to do boy girl, it really helped that boy girl jump off versus if you had did it early in your career?
I honestly, yes. Now thinking back, I feel like, it's hard for somebody going into it full steam ahead with no fan base, with no nothing.
Mm-hmm.
They just jump in 2 feet and hope they don't drown. I think establishing myself in the community, whether it be the fetish community or industry as a whole, has definitely helped me learn. It's definitely helped me be able to read people, even though I mean I'm pretty good at that anyway. But and I think having an amazing fan base who was just so receptive and welcoming to expanding, into other things,
Mm-hmm.
um, was amazing. And like I said, I kind of rolled the dice with it because I was like, okay, fetish and mainstream, it's different. It's very different. Is it all porn? Is it all sex? Yeah, but it's very different.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't understand it's different categories of porn.
Right,
It's all porn.
absolutely.
Like fetish is
Right,
softcore because your true fetish there's no penetration.
right, right. And
So
yeah,
go
and
ahead.
it depends on, what kind of fetishes you're talking about. I mean,
Hmm.
the list is endless.
Yeah.
So just depending upon what kind of fetishes you're talking about. But the fetish community is very tight knit
Hmm.
because a lot of fetishes are still very, very taboo.
Hmm.
And so they're not talked about a lot. And people in the fetish world can be very guarded just because you don't want that shame and that ridicule and all of that coming back to you. So a lot of people in the fetish world choose to be guarded still. It's sad. You want everybody to be comfortable with everything and not have to worry about ridicule or finger pointing or all of that. But unfortunately, the world we live in, even in 2021, it's still happening.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Because it's kind of crazy that the more sex becoming normalized, the more people still drift back to the old way of thinking,
Absolutely.
and which is kind of
Absolutely.
sad in many ways. Now, the other thing I wanted to holler at you about, you talked about your male talented producers. Now, I call this pre-care. This is the things that male talented producers can do to help a female relax and be prepared and be in, I guess, the mood or that vibe to do a good scene. What are some of the things you can suggest to male talent, people that might listen, that helps females relax before?
Um, there's a lot of talent. I mean, don't be so cocky. Come in and be a little humble. You know, break an icebreaker, a nice 5-minute conversation. Get to learn who you're working with.
Hmm.
Don't come in and just say, "All right, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's shoot this scene." All
Hmm.
right, cool. We can do that. But hey, how are you? Hey, I've seen your work. Nice to meet you. Something. You know what I'm
Can,
saying?
can
Whoa.
I fuck? I mean, really? Can,
Because
can
see,
we get the name?
I'm the type that, you know, my personality is just okay. They can come in there, and if they want to act like that, see, I'll be the one to be like, "All right, you ready to fuck?" and kick them off guard, and then they're like, "Huh? Well, you ain't say shit. Are you ready to fuck? Or you not?"
Yeah, because I think that the worst thing you do is be serious on set. Because
Right,
regardless of that, we are having sex, and it's still we're having fun,
right,
and fun is work.
exactly. Just because it's work doesn't mean it has to be like we can have a little conversation. We can laugh. It's okay to laugh. I mean,
Hmm.
everybody needs to laugh. It's good for the soul.
Oh yeah, most definitely, most definitely. So, also with that conversation, please explain how important it is for ladies to express their boundaries before a shoot.
100. And I
Okay.
always, I always, always, always will let my boundaries be known because I have it in writing what my
Hmm.
boundaries are prior to even meeting me for a shoot.
Hmm.
It is all spelled out. But if you don't, if you don't let them know, and then on the backside you're like, well, I didn't like that, or I didn't want you to do that. Well, you have to speak up. You
Yeah.
have to advocate for yourself. And I know I think it's harder maybe for some younger girls who just are like, all right, I'm ready, I want to work, I'll do anything, anything, anything to be up there, to get that award, to do whatever.
Hmm.
It's okay to have boundaries. Okay, you might not book every job. Obviously, if you do anal, an anal company is not going to book you. It's
Hmm.
okay. But you have to let them know. Don't compromise yourself and what you're comfortable with for somebody else.
Yeah, because the whole thing of it is that one, if you don't if he does something to trigger something, it throws the vibe completely off and fucks the shoot
Exactly.
completely up.
Exactly. You know,
Yeah.
and then you're like scrambling because now that whatever part of your video has probably got to be edited out because it
Mhm.
looks fucked up. So
Yeah. And then two, I'm gonna tell you who, and this is truthful. Men, we don't tell you our boundaries, and sometimes we need to do that more often as well. Like a
I
dude may,
agree.
you know what I'm saying? Because like it be times where a girl's a little too hard on the balls, and I'm like, really?
Right.
But I could have said to her, look, if you're gonna play with the ball, be a little soft with it, you
Okay,
know.
fine, but now she's squeezing and you're like gasping for air and shit.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, and you can't say nothing 'cause you got the camera on. You trying to
Right.
look.
And now you're like, the shit hurts and now my dick ain't hard no more because now I'm in pain.
So true. So, when you come up with scenes and
Uh-huh.
everything, where do you go? What is your thought process, your creativity, your music?
I I honestly, so I will sit and write scenes and scripts like mid-flight on a plane
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of them are just like fantasies. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
what do I want to see? What would I want? What would I want? The the pizza delivery man, the UPS guy, you know, a random guy at the gym, hot wife scenarios.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy because I'll sit there and write a whole ass script, mid flight and land and be like, hope you had that memorized because I'm on my way,
Mm-hmm.
But just from different fantasies, different things that I feel that people want to see or people would love to have happen to them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how many women, they probably won't admit it, want to go to the gym and they see a hot ass guy at the gym and they're like, damn,
I want
why
to take me to
can't
the
you
bathroom in
meet me
bucket.
in the parking lot and bang me in the back of my car? Okay, well, let's put that on a video and make that happen for you. Even though it might not happen in your real life, we can
Mm-hmm.
get that to happen for you on a video.
Yeah,
I
because that's
think
the whole.
a lot of women are afraid to be vocal about their fantasies.
Why is that?
I don't know. Maybe they're ashamed.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Because I see in this day and era, I would think that women would be more vocal because it's let's be honest, it's the era of the woman.
yeah, I mean, I think now women are very powerful. I think that smart women, business oriented women
Mm-hmm.
are very powerful and have a lot of potential and can do many amazing things. They just have to, some of them need to be guided. you know?
It's true. Now, because what's interesting is, to me, being a sex worker gives a woman, to me, the most power and liberation because she's her own boss. Can you speak to that?
Absolutely. I make my schedule. I travel where I want. I see who I want. I shoot with who I want. Um, I have the ultimate power of saying yes or no.
Mm-hmm.
It either it starts and ends with me. Either it's a yes or a no.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's not like, I don't want to say, like, I don't hang that over anyone's head. I don't dangle anything that says, I have more power than you because I control you with pussy. Because I mean, it's not about that. It's about what's good for you, what's good for your brand, what's good for your marketing, what's good for your bank account, what's good for your soul.
Mm-hmm. Which is interesting. Great segue. Speak to branding.
Mm-hmm. Um, it takes money to make money. Women need to invest in themselves. Men need to invest in themselves. You need to invest in your brand. If it's
Mm-hmm.
something that you want to have have a lifelong career and you have to invest in it. You have to take time. You have to market. You have to create. You are your brand, and your brand is only as big as you want it to be.
Mm-hmm. Now, you seem like a lady, because I had this conversation with men. With men, we have to come in business oriented because one, we got to automatically go find a girl to shoot with. We have to, we don't have like work that's available for us because, as you know, very few male times get work in this business. Let's keep it real.
No, I get it. Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah. So you seem like you came into business with a head for business. So,
and I think that a lot of it, I've always been a business-minded person throughout my whole life. And I think it's just the way I grew up. And then, in the fetish world, I traveled and I hosted fetish sessions for people to come and indulge, and that is a business.
You ain't just gonna skate over that. We gotta get it. We gotta hear about these sessions. Go ahead. You just gonna skate over that. I did fetish sessions.
Yes, I still do. I still do.
You by.
I still host fetish sessions. Yes.
So tell me what happened at these fetish sessions and how one get
well, I have my own website. They can book online. I have a list of services that I do provide that are all fetish services. I'm not a full service, as they call it. I do not provide full service. Full service is only on video. But I do have a wide variety of fetishes that people can come and indulge in. And it's a safe space for them to do so. They can come and be themselves, whether it's for an hour or a whole damn day. They can come and be themselves.
Is there a screening process? Is there a screening process, and what is the screening process?
My screening process is you have to fill out my Google form. Once I receive it, then you do have to provide your ID and a reference. If you don't have a reference, I will take the ID. But I do highly recommend that people have references when they contact me. I know a lot of people are just like, well, I don't want to tell you it has nothing to do with, I don't care who you've sessioned with. It's a safety precaution. All I want is a character reference. And your ID. But you do have to fill out my Google form, which is located on my website. It will ask some screening questions. And then once I receive that, we go from there. I will also do a FaceTime call or Skype call with you prior to meeting you in person.
Now, it's interesting that you say that because this is the first time I had this See, every interview always get to an area that I never got to in the previous reviews. Okay. Now, I noticed that in a lot of cases, Johns or clients, whatever people want to call them, ladies have a specific screening process, and the guys have an issue with it. Please explain to these motherfuckers why the screening process is in place.
So I'm going to tell you, I'm going to put it like this. Would you want your wife, girlfriend, daughter, niece to go and meet with a random man at a hotel? Every man is going to tell you no. Why? Because it's not safe. That's why. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care what you do for a living. I don't care if you're married or you're single. I don't care. None of that is relevant to me. What is relevant is my safety. And if you are not willing to go through my screening process, then that is fine. We do not have to meet. And I am not sad about that.
See, as y'all can see, I am very pro sex worker. Deal with it. Get over it.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you ladies are just providing a service and y'all deserve to be safe.
Absolutely. Period. And it's so funny that you say, so I have somebody I see in New York and I've seen him for years. And the first time I met with him, you know, I sent him through my screening process, and he gave me a bunch of shit about the ID. And I was like, look, it's either you do or you don't. So he said, all right. He sent me all his stuff, sent me his ID and everything. And now him and I are like so close. I see him every time I go. We see each other probably 3 times a year at least. And now he's one of my favorites. I said, see, wasn't that painless? I said, you gave me all that shit the first time. I said, he's like, yeah. Every time I see him, he goes, I'm so sorry. He said, I was so stupid doing that. He's like, I don't know what would have happened if you would have said no and I'd have never met you. I said, there you go.
See, all men have to do is just fall in line, and you get what you want.
We don't care about your credit score. We're not trying to identity theft you, or no. We just want to know that at the end of the day, we get to go home to our family. That's it. That's it.
See, say no more. Now, the other thing I wanted you to speak to, because you talk about your content trade and male talents. What qualifications, qualities, and characteristics that you look for in the male talents that you work with?
Okay, so content for trade, you definitely have to be an established talent. You have to have quite a few scenes under your belt.
Okay.
You had to have worked for production companies. Please do not message me on Twitter with your 10 followers that says, hey, I'm a new up-and-coming male talent and I would like to do a trade scene. That's going to be a no. Why? Because in this business, one hand washes the other.
Correct.
So it's what you can do for me and what I can do for you. If I need content, I know who to go to get it. I don't have to, have Joe Smith with 10 followers on my DM hitting me up to shoot something. I'm good. They seem to think that is the way it works. That if you put on bio new male talent, that you're just going to be like, yes, come to mama and let's shoot something. It doesn't happen like that whatsoever. So just letting the new ones know that it takes money to make money. Like I said, when you invest in your brand, you are your brand. So if you are new and upcoming, be prepared to pay for talent. Be prepared to pay for a scene. Why? Because little do they know, because then when I throw it out there that every time we get tested in Vegas, it's $190. Some other DC is $300. There's where they don't have testing sites available, it's double. So they don't understand that it's not just we go to a room and we have sex and you video it. That is not how it works at all. It's a process, and there's a lot of things that go into it. So trade content, I'm very selective on who I trade with. Just because I like to keep a good reputation. I pride myself on it. I pride myself on good work. So I'm really, really selective on who I trade with.
Yeah,
like,
because
boy, I'll tell you, nobody send me a DM talking about, can we shoot? No, we cannot.
oh no, because even because like I said, I've been in the business, like I said, 15 years, and I was taught. See, I'm old school. You supposed to send the girl 3 nudes, your face, your full body, completely nude, dick hard, picture of a dick hard, and you had to at least have some credits. And guys don't understand it because see, the thing of it is we don't want to have time wasted. And with me, a producer, and even experienced male talent, I hate breaking niggas in because I don't know what I'm getting. Seriously.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
What I call it is building your porn resume. You have to build your resume. It's just like any other job. When you go to a job interview at anywhere you go, they're going to want to see your resume.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same here. Who have you shot with? How many scenes have you done? Please tell me, what do you do? What don't you do? What are your rates? What do you have? All of that is a resume.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to build it. And if you are new coming in and you have nothing on your resume, because working at Walmart doesn't count. If you
No,
have, if you have nothing on your quote unquote porn resume, you have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And starting somewhere sometimes will take money.
Yeah, whether you paying her or you paying for her travel, you're gonna kick out. Actually, regardless whether you starting out or not, you're gonna have to kick out.
Absolutely. And there's a lot of them that are not willing to invest in it. And if you're not willing to invest in your brand, then you're really not, I don't think you want it bad enough.
Mm-hmm. Well, I totally agree with that. So now the other thing I want to touch you to, you ladies deal with a lot of misconceptions from your fans, from talents or what have you. Speak to some of the misconceptions that you have ran into in your time in this business.
A misconception is that, they see a finished product, a finished video, and they just assume that that's how it went.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, that's number one.
That's a huge misconception, is that, you see the edited and the finished version, which is absolutely amazing all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But the work that it takes to get that finished product is a lot of work. It's work. It's literally work.
Yeah.
When you have a producer or a camera guy on your shoulder, over your back, telling you to, move this leg and put that arm there, and your arm's in the way, and arch your back more, and they don't understand. They see a finished product, which is amazing, but they don't understand, I think, the actual work that goes into it to get what they see out of it.
You have done an on-set shoot and you have also done amateur shoot. So speak to the major differences of both.
Amateur shoots, they're not, unless you have an experienced cameraman or experienced producer, whatever you want to call it, shooting, they're not worried about all those significant angles that you need, that production companies want. They want those certain angles that you have to meet that mark, that checklist for that video. Okay, when you're arching your back and this, that, and the other, that camera's got to be able to angle and see certain things to make for them to get what they want. Amateur stuff is just, they're not so much worried about, getting in there, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Getting close-ups and getting those POV close-ups and stuff like that. So, I think as far as the shoots go, I think it's just a little bit different with the angles and what they're wanting to see. And I'm also with amateur shoots, it's kind of like, and I'm not going to say all of them. I'm not going to say all of them, because you have some amateurs that are very professional.
I call them pro-am.
Yeah. I mean, and pro-am is great. And pro-am producers are amazing.
Yeah.
And you got the amateurs who are just trying to get some ass on a video.
The only fan boys and some of these only fan girls. Yeah.
Exactly. I want to shoot something for my OnlyFans. That's
Which is crazy as fuck because like I said, even with I was talking to a young male talent a while back. I said, I'm gonna tell you what y'all don't even think about when y'all shooting. When the girl is riding you, cowgirl, not reverse cowgirl, part the butt cheek so we can see the dick going in and out the pussy. They don't do that. They don't see that.
And if he incarnate, like I did a shoot yesterday where he didn't do it, so I reached my hand back there and did it.
Yeah. Yeah, he probably just sitting there with his hand behind his head, like, go ahead.
Well, and that's the thing is, like, I don't know if that's everybody, but when I'm shooting, what's going through my mind are those angles. And okay, are all those angles being hit? for what the consumer wants to see.
Now
And
I'm
like
gonna,
I
I'm gonna,
said,
I'm gonna tell you another slick angle. When the
uh-huh,
dude hit the doggy style, it's a side angle. He needs to
absolutely, it's
angle
a side
himself
angle.
to where you can see the dick
Yes,
going to push it like he's doing a curvature with it. A
exactly,
lot of those male talent,
exactly.
that's why you have to have experienced male talent because they understand those angles.
Right, right. Right. And like,
Yeah.
I mean, you see a lot of videos with male talent with their hand on their hip and stuff, and they're like, and some people are like, what the hell are they doing? They're keeping their arm out the way of the camera. That's what they
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. Like you like motherfucker be like, why you moving the hair? Nigga, so you can see her suck your dick.
Right,
That's why you
right,
see
right,
diamond girls put in
right,
the ponytail. That's why. So they
right,
can see.
right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the little things that make that scene perfect.
Absolutely.
You know, period. Not just the chemistry, because it's like a dance. It's like a complete waltz with
You're
you
right.
and
Mhm.
and your co-star. You know, period.
Right, right.
Huh. So now I also see that you make it a point to look good, look sexy, nails done, hair done. You make it a point to be a sex symbol. Please speak to that about how important your appearance look on camera, because you got girls sitting here wearing bonnets, looking like they got all work, and then they expect
You
you to say all this damn, but you know I'm telling the truth though.
it's I think it's that you need to take pride in yourself and your appearance. It don't
Mm-hmm.
matter. Like, I don't look like that every day. I just left the gym. I ain't got no
And I
makeup
bet you
on.
look
My
fabulous looking
hair's
when
still
you come
done.
from the gym, but that's another story.
I mean, women need to take pride in the way they look. Don't just throw on old nothing just to, get in a video. Like, you have to think about not just yourself, but you have to think about the consumer.
Mm-hmm.
You want to sell a video. What does the consumer want to see? The consumer don't want to see you roll out of bed and put on a bonnet and just like, do your hair, do your makeup, like set the scene.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if it's just laziness or what. But I was just talking to my friend. She's a trip in Atlanta, and
Mm-hmm.
she's like, "What's with these?" Everybody seemed to want to wear a bonnet, and I just laughed at her. She's a trip, but it was
Yeah.
funny you said that because she she saw a video with this chick who had a bonnet on, and she was like, I just don't get it. And her and her man do videos and whatever too, so she gets it. But
Mm-hmm.
she's like, yeah, like, come on, if you dress up for your man like privately, then you should dress up to do a whole ass scene.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's just, you want to look good. And looking good makes you feel good.
And it makes you
If
stand
you
out.
feel good, if you go into a scene looking good and you feel good, like, it's only gonna make it better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a
But
whole
see,
mess right there.
yeah. So now I saw you had a collar and chain. Are you into the BDSM?
Yes.
Okay, which side of the spectrum are you on?
Well, it depends. So in my personal life, I am completely submissive.
Okay.
1000% completely submissive in my personal life. So
Mm-hmm.
I am a switch.
Okay.
Yeah, definite switch, but in my personal life, I'm
So
completely submissive.
what is your sub classification? You talk to a real
Oh,
dom here, so you gonna be like, I know you like certification. What the no, I'm a dom, baby.
I
I'm
didn't know we
legit
were gonna
dom.
get into all this.
So what's your certification?
I don't know if I want to go into that.
We might have to say that for another episode then.
We might have to save that for a whole BDSM episode. We might
Oh
have to
yes.
do
Oh,
that.
I got no problem you coming back, us talking that.
Okay.
Because I also some of these interviews also I would bring girls back, especially those that are into the BDSM, so people can get a clear picture. Because a lot of people trying to tap this BDSM, but they don't understand. They really
I'm gonna tell you something, and it's BDSM, and which is considered part of the fetish world.
yeah.
You can't go into it and just say, I know. No,
No.
do your research. research. I cannot express it enough because I feel as though when you go into a fetish world or whatever and you act like you know everything, I think it's very ignorant, and I think that it leaves a bad taste in others' mouths, so to speak. It's almost like you're not respecting it.
You know, they say a wise man asks questions, a fool have all the answers.
Right.
See?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
because
So,
to me, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think that, you know, I'm sure I'm sure you've seen over the last year, you know, with the economy, we've had a lot of women via Twitter, whatever else, and all of a sudden they're the authority on everything and just want to jump right in. And okay, I get it. Times are tough. I'm not hating on you, but if you're going to do it for the right reasons. Do your research. Don't be ignorant. Don't disrespect the fetish world or the BDSM world. Like, don't disrespect it.
Yeah, because see, the thing of it is, what people gotta understand, when it comes to the fetish and BDSM, it's not physical, it's mental.
Right.
That
Absolutely.
is where that's where the satisfaction comes. And all of these fetishes is really more strong mental than anything else.
1,000%.
Yeah. So that's why I like talking to people that's in the lifestyle. One, so I can interact with people in lifestyle. So if I ever come to Vegas, you can show me around. And two, also, like I said, knowledge. Because like the name of the podcast,
right,
the Smokers Lounge, the name of the network, Smoke This Over. I want to give people something to smoke over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not just entertain them, but give them something to smoke over.
Right.
So most definitely, Miss Lady. So I have enjoyed this interview. I really
thank
enjoyed
you.
it.
So did I.
And yes, people, she's coming back because we're gonna talk some BDSM.
All right.
We definitely gonna talk that.
I'm
So
down.
tell everybody where they can find you, where they can get your stuff, where they can book you.
You can find me on Instagram. Just please don't DM me. You know the rules. At I Love Shauna. It's ILuvShauna. And you can find me on Twitter at I Love LuvShaunaLV. Click on there. You can get all my links or my link tree, and it'll give you everything: my email, my website, my phone number, booking information, all of it.
See, there you go. And you know what's funny? I ain't asking nothing about sex.
You damn right you didn't.
Why? Because there ain't that kind of podcast. We talk about the money on this motherfucker here. We talk about the porn business and the business of porn.
Because it is a business.
Say no more. So let me close this out before you go, Miss Lady.
All right.
Life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience? You didn't learn anything. Thank you for smoking this over with me and the lovely Shauna. Thank you for coming. Hello?
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
No doubt. I can't wait to bring you back.
Sounds good. I'm excited.
All right, take care. Bye.
Bye.